Okay, the next letter we are looking at is called Fa. Fa. Fa, it looks like this. Fa. And Fa, it is like the English letter F. 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 It makes the sound F. Okay? And the initial Fa, it looks like this. Okay? Almost the same as isolated, but the next letter would be here, yeah? The middle Fa is like this. And final Fa is like that. Pretty much almost the same everywhere, you see? Now, very similar to Fa, we have Qaf. Qaf. Okay? Qaf is like this. It's almost like Fa, but it hangs down a bit more and it has a 2 dots on the top. Initial Qaf is like this. Middle Qaf is like that. And final is like that. So it's final almost the same as final Fa, but it hangs down more and has 2 dots. Now, the sound that Qaf makes is another difficult one for English speaker to make. I've never heard the sound outside of Arabic. I think they have it in Quechua, a language in South America, but it's not very common sound. So this is like the letter K, but it's further back in the throat. You say Q, okay? Qaf, Qaf. You cannot pronounce it like letter K, or else it will not make sense. Fortunately, many dialects, they have switched from saying Q to more like they say like in Egypt, they pronounce this like a rather than Q. But if you're learning standard, you need to learn to say Qaf, okay? Our next letter is Kaf. Kaf. Kaf is just a literal English K. This is what Kaf looks like. Kaf. Now, initial Kaf looks like this. Middle Kaf is like this. And the final Kaf is like that. Okay? Now the next letter is called Lam. Lam. And Lam, it makes like a letter L. But the Lam is a softer L than English. So here is Lam. Lam. This is the line we write on. Lam, it kind of hangs down, kind of not. And Lam, it is sometimes it's more dark sound, like in the word Allah, God. But most of the time it's like L. Lam. Not L, but L. Lam. Okay? Initial Lam, it looks like this. Middle Lam is like this. And final Lam is like that. Okay? Alright, after Lam, we have the letter Mim. Mim. Okay? And the letter Mim, it looks like this. Mim. And Mim, it makes the sound like the English letter M. M. Mim. Okay? Initial Mim looks like this. Middle Mim like that. And final Mim like that. Now, sometimes when you see Mim written out, you will see it looks more like this at the end. Final Mim is like that. You can compare this Mim right here to that final, this final Mim right here. This is normally for typing, but a lot of people write final Mim like this, okay? Alright. Now, our next letter after Mim is Noon. Noon. And Noon, it looks like this. Noon, it hangs down like this. And it makes the letter N sound. Now, for Arabic, it is very important not to get Noon confused with Zay. Zay. Zay, you can see the dot follows the line right here, whereas for Noon, it's more in the middle. That's very important. Also, Zay, it comes up less, whereas Noon is almost a full loop. You see what I mean? There is a difference, and it is important to understand. Now, initial Noon is like this. Middle Noon is like this. And final Noon is like that. Okay? After Noon, we have Ha. Ha. Now, maybe you are thinking, but Hassan, you already go over Ha. Well, I do not. It was Ha. Ha. Arabic, we have three H's. We have Ha, Ha, and Ha. So this is the light English style H. And it looks like this. Ha. Just a circle. Ha. Okay? The initial Ha is like this. Okay? Middle Ha is like that. And final Ha is like that. Sometimes at the end of word you will also see a Ha, it looks like this. This is a special type of Ha, and it sometimes sounds like the letter T, like T, like that, but most of the time it just is silent. Okay, so if you see this, just remember it's like silent H, mostly. You will learn difference eventually, but for now just think of it as like silent H at the end of a word only, okay? Next one we have here is wow. Wow, okay? And wow looks like this. Wow. And wow is like the letter W. W. Sometimes if it's after the vowel U, the vowel U, the sound, it makes it longer. So if I had the sound U and then I put a wow after it, it would be ooh. It would be longer. But for now, remember wow is like the letter W. Initial, well, wow actually only have two forms, just like letters before, like alif or like dal. Wow is isolated form here and final form. Isolated and final. After wow, we have yeah. Yeah. Okay? And yeah, it is like the letter Y. It goes yeah. And just like wow, yeah is also used to lengthen vowel, but in this case the letter I. So if I had the sound E and I had the yeah after it, it would go E. It would be longer. Okay? But not always. It's also like letter Y. Yeah. Yeah. Okay? Initial yeah, it looks like this. Middle yeah. And final yeah. Alright? And our very last letter we want to go over is called Hamza. And it looks just like this. And you only ever see Hamza at the end of a word. And it is what we call, what linguists call the glottal stop. It's kind of like the sound you see in the English words, uh-oh, it's that break. So, all the letter names, for the names, they actually have this at the end. So when I say, for example, yeah, I don't say yeah, I say yeah. You hear the at the end there, right? This is the stop. It's what I shut off my throat, my vocal cord. So this is what Hamza does. Okay? Now a few more interesting things to take note of. Alif, as you know, it looks like this. Alif is like that. It makes the sound ah. But sometimes Alif will have a small Hamza on top, like that. And this will make the Alif, instead of ah, it makes it ah. So this could be without the beginning. It's just like ah, and this is ah, ah. There is a difference. Very important to understand. So sometimes when you see this, just think of it as a ah, but with the sound in uh-oh at the beginning. Okay. And other than this, I think we are finished. I will show one more thing. Vowel. When you are reading Arabic and you want to see vowel sound, especially if you're reading the Quran, you will see. I'll use Sin as example. Okay. Right, these four right here. Arabic language only have three vowels, okay? A, E, and U, okay? Now, these, all of them are just like letter S. In Arabic, we do not write vowels. You just know they are going to be there. You have to know, you get used to by context. But, if you need to know, especially for reading Quran, if there's a line on top of the S like this, it goes Sa. If there's one below, it goes Si. If there's a circle like this, or a loop, it goes Su. And if there's a little circle like that, it's no sound. So, sa, si, su, us. Sa, si, su, us. Okay? And like this for any letter. Now, I give you one more example about how the wow and the ya can lengthen vowel. Take a look at this right here. This is an initial scene. Okay? Now, if I have, if the sound is si, if I then add a ya to it, it goes from being si to si. Same thing for su. If it's just like this, it's su. But if I add a wow to it, it's su. You see? Lastly, if it's just like this, seen, it's just, and it's like that with the a, it's sa. But if then I add final alif like that, it's sa. So we have si, si, su, su, and sa, sa. Okay? Thank you for learning with me, and I will maybe upload video later. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.